Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey, here for a Greenleaf review. As you guys know, this is season 5 and actually the series finale. This is the last episode of Greenleaf. The last season of Greenleaf. Although there's supposed to be some spin-off, this is the final season. And so I thought we would do it up grand style, mother's board, if you will, usher board, if you will. As you can see, I have been promoted. Huh? President, the paperwork. Read the paperwork. Huh? Usher board, president, Miss Honey. That's me. Oh, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. This season, I tell you what, let me tell you something. These green leaves, these green leaves think they gonna give me a heart attack, but they not gonna do it. I won't have it. I'm not gonna allow it. Now, let me just catch you up real quick at what happened, just the synopsis of what happened last season. Season 4. Oh, the green leaves were just torn asunder. The entire family was fractured and frayed, and in Charity's case, double crossed. Y'all know we're going to talk about Charity. And Carissa had proven herself to be a formidable foe. AJ was going to turn himself in. And if y'all remember correctly, Jesus walked in on dry grass while Grace was out there praying, looking like AJ, and reminded her that everything expires. Everything has an expiration date. In other words, for everything, there is a season. Seasons start and seasons end. This what Jesus had said when he walked in next to Faith's grave at the end of last season, looking like AJ and talking like the Lord. And so, fast forward, child, and Bishop and Grace is at the church, child, and they tearing it down. They pulling down all the pictures, all the paintings, all the cross, anything that look like it want to be involved with the green leaves. They is ripping it down. Okay, and Grace and Bishop is reminiscing. Bishop is feeling a type of way because he just don't think they should be treating God's house this way, the way they carrying stuff and throwing stuff around and look like a movie set. And Grace is like, well, this is what happened when people move. I was like, Grace, what's going on with you? I don't understand why you don't have a little bit more dryness in your throat about this. Like, this kind of sort of partially maybe a little bit your fault too, because you really wasn't the lion we wanted you to be last season. But I digress. Okay, so let's move forward. Listen, Lady May at home, her and Marisol trying to get her to eat because she thinks she can move the heart of God by not eating. And in strolls Charity. Charity walked through, and I don't know what Lady Maid said, something about Benedictine. I guess she was kind of trying to call her Benedict Arnold. I'm assuming this is what she meant by that. First of all, Charity, why are you even there? Why are you even still under these people's roof? I don't get it. Why is you even under these people's roofs in these people's home? I don't understand. You don't even like these people. You don't even treat these people like they're your family, girl. Like, what is you doing here? I don't get it. I really don't understand. I mean, it's kind of like she stole the car. Or, you know what I'm saying? I mean, okay, so let's just move on because I don't think I'm ever going to understand that. Listen, Carissa laying about like a rich white woman. She's still there too. After all her betrayal, okay, and low down in this, she's still there too. And then got the nerve not only to threaten Jacob, but to threaten Jacob mama and daddy in the house they live in. And she's sitting there popping grapes. okay, popping grapes and making demands. And Jacob was like, "What do you think you're going to do with this? How do you think this is going to work? How do you think this is going to turn out? Like, what are you thinking is going to happen here?" And she was like, "Oh, you can give me a divorce. That's fine, but you gonna keep me in the lap of luxury to which I have grown accustomed." I'm like, lap of luxury, grown accustomed. Girl, didn't y'all have power out 2 seasons ago? The house had electrical shortages and things of this nature. Like, I want him to grab her. I want him to grab her and shake her hard. You know what I'm saying? Not hit her, not abuse, not like that. I'm just saying, give her a good hard shake. I want him to do it. I want Jacob to really, really, truly man up with Carissa. Not that that's manning up. I just mean that I want him to. I want him to shake her foundation. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. This all I want for Christmas. I want him to shake her foundation. Ooh, she working my good nerves, you guys. So, listen. Charity is in down at the church house, and she walking with old Dumas, okay, and they going to a meeting with Clara and the crew, okay, the motherboard and the deacons board and the trustees and things. They going down to meet. He want to make sure everything is copacetic, because remember, he took a nice sharp knife and plunged it deep into Charity's heart after she had betrayed her family, and made an open show of herself. He dumped her. He dumped her cause Bob Whitmore told him in order for him to get to church, he had to take old Judy back. Yeah, old dry, saltine, cracker Judy. He had to take Judy back and marry Judy. And then him and Judy gonna run this church. Now, I know they trying to bring the blacks and the whites together. I just don't think Judy's the answer. I just don't see it for Judy. I don't see the people accepting Judy at all. At least one half of the congregation is going to look at Judy like she crazy. But y'all go ahead. Y'all got a plan. Y'all done schemed up on. Let's see how it worked for you. That's fine. Well, she reassures him that she is not going to cut the monkey. She's not going to act a fool in this meeting. She know how to carry herself. I mean, she's AP. That's assistant pastor, associate pastor. And so she know how to carry herself. Of course, when she get in that meeting, she act a plumb fool with all the theatrics, over talking him and sort of hinting at, what went on between the two of them. She gonna talk about it like in the sermons and whatnot. I'm doing a sermon on black women in the Bible and women in the Bible and all about rejection and just stomping the feet and carrying on and all these gestures that people do when they think that's what makes a decent preacher. What about forget about the anointing? Forget about all that. You got to have your vibrato together. You got to be able to really, really move the people. And Charity thinks she can do this. Now, of course, he tells her, I see what you're trying to do. After he done broke the meeting up and everything. See, now he done told them that they gonna tear this whole facility down. The cavalry as we know it, they gonna tear it up down. That's why they moving everything out of it, because they gonna tear the whole building down and build it in completely different new structure. Right? This the plan. But meantime, the current members of cavalry gonna have to, H&H now, gonna have to meet over at a gymnasium. Now, who you think gonna take their elderly mothers, okay, and grandmothers and things over to a gymnasium to have church service? No, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. And Clara and Nose is not here for it. They are not here for it at all. Okay, let me just tell you that. So later on, we see where the choir director, the one that Charity fought for, and finally Lady May and Bishop accepted him down there at the church house because he lived an alternative lifestyle. He also is the voice of reason for Charity, And he said he ain't finna do no gymnasium. He said he don't want no part of this H&H mess at all. And she upset because she feel like everything is not going her way. Now he leaving, it's gonna be the end of the world for sure because he's sort of her rock of Gibraltar. No, no, no. You don't need another gay man to hold your hand. Let this man go on and live his life and find him a congregation that really edifies his soul, a church building that really edifies his soul. And you need to go off and get down on your knees and get you some repenting done, Charity. That's what you need to do. You don't need to be dragging nobody else, this man and nobody else, down in the muck and mire with you. Huh? You're filthy. You're filthy and you're selfish and you're self-centered and self-aggrandizing. Y'all know I ain't here for Charity. Y'all know I ain't here for Charity, miss. Not at all. Not even in the slightest. Like I ain't got nothing for Charity. I probably got 2 pennies more for Charity than I ever could have for Carissa. Because Carissa I flat out can't stand. Not now, not ever. But I digress. So let's just move forward. Now, when Lady Mae was calling Charity Benedictine and Ian Walt Grace and Ian Walt Aaron. Aaron go sit down and Lady Mae is trying to convince him she don't want that old church no way. Now mind you, she is feeling real wispy and thin because she ain't ate in a few days, okay? And so Ian Walt Grace and Aaron is sitting there and he said something to her, but I didn't really catch it. Come to find out later on, we see him sitting down with Grace and with AJ and telling her AJ free. All the charges have been dropped. Since they found the man that did the break-in. Turned himself in or some kind of way they find out. And he had a little shootout, a police shootout, and the man dead. Show Grace the picture of the man, and that's Jesus who walked across the dry grass to tell her everything have a season now, I said, so I said to myself, what is going on here? Evidently, Jesus took the fall. Jesus took the fall for AJ and gave him a chance, a second, a third, fourth, whatever chance this is, he got another chance. Thanks to the Lord, okay? Put him a ram in the bush, huh? A lot of y'all don't know what that ram situation is all about, but go ahead and read it up. Ram in the bush. Put him a ram in the bush. Where there was to be a human sacrifice, he put a ram in the bush, to act instead of the human sacrifice, to be the sacrifice instead of the human. Ram in the bush, saved AJ's very life, because he's about to go back to jail. Let me tell you something. Now, I don't really got a whole lot for Charity. Y'all know that. And y'all know I can't stand the ground Carissa walk on. But let me tell you something. That AJ is a close third. He's an easy third. Promise you that. Listen. Let me get myself together here. I want to be able to read this here properly. Okay. All right. So now AJ, he just don't understand. He don't understand how this works. Neither do Grace. She don't understand. This is the man that came across, and he the one, and now he dead, and this is AJ get up and walk off. He's so dumbfounded. See, he did do the crime. Y'all remember last season they kept us back and forth on the ropes. Did he or didn't he? I think he did. I think he didn't. Now we know that AJ did all these crimes. He been running up and down the seaboard. I don't know how, because he had just got out of jail. Grace went and got him from the halfway house out of jail, and then she had to visit him at the halfway house. I don't understand how he had time to run up and down the seaboard robbing pharmacies. Okay, but that's fine. This is what y'all giving us. This is what it is, right? Mm-hmm. So, um, she confused. Grace is confused. So she make a call. No, she don't. She go down there to see Darius. She surprised him. That's right, Rick Fox is back. So she go down there to see Darius and she want a favor. And he acting like it took him forever to get over her and he just pining away for her, so on and so forth. I can't remember why Darius left. Is it because he didn't believe in God? I feel like he just disappeared or something. I don't know. I don't really remember a lot about Darius because he was in the season 3, but not in season 4. But he back, child. He back. And yes, before you ask me, they do still look like sister and brother. It's weird. I don't understand it. I feel like they should have put Grace with somebody that had a little bit more texture to him. Now, Rick Fox is good looking, but he still look like her brother, in my opinion. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, so AJ got a ram in the bush. Grace trying to get the bottom of it. Basically, she want Darius to run a check on this fella, and she showed him the picture of this fella. The one that Jesus, who was ramming the bush for AJ. She showed a picture to him and say, "It's something about this. This is weird. Can you do some digging? Do some digging. Do some investigation." Why when you get Aaron to run the investigation? Huh? Did It's fine. I guess we're just gonna introduce Darius back to the crew. Let's move forward. So Aaron leaving the house from talking to AJ and Grace and Jacob corners him. Now he fit to be tired. He don't know what to do. But let me just say this. I wish Jacob would be more demonstrative, but I can appreciate the way Jacob is kind of moving here. Instead of him keeping it a secret, he did talk to Aaron and get Aaron's opinion. Now, after that, he still didn't tell nobody else about what was going on, but he did put some action to it. He calls Alexa. I think her last name Myers. Now, she's the strumpet to which he was having an affair with first season, okay, when we all really felt like Jacob was no account. Well, she was Mac's secretary. Now, when he talked to Aaron, Aaron said this looks very incriminating. Because basically what Carissa is saying is that she going to drag the family through the mud, implementing or implying or inferring that Lady Mae and Bishop Reynolds killed this old lady and took her house, her land, her property, and everything. And so Aaron said, well, I would like to see the will after this will and see who stood to be the beneficiary of all of this. We need to see some more paperwork. So when he called Alexa, Jacob did, goes over to see her. And when he get over there to see her, she don't want no parts of him. Because see now, he got her kicked out of Calvary. And then he got her kicked out of Skanks' church. Because he went over there and took over Skanks' church. And Carissa didn't want her nowhere around. So they kicked her out of there too. So she feel a type of way because she feel like I wasn't the only one that was around here adulterizing. Okay? Jacob, it seems like you still up on the game. And your girl isn't looking like she living in a 1-bedroom apartment. He see toys around. She got a baby. And she said, make it fast, Jacob. Well, he want to know where Mac kept all his papers and stuff. Is there any more papers that Mac may or may not have had? Now, listen, this is a scab. This is a scab. This is a scab. Okay? This is a scab. I understand that, right? We ain't going to pick at it. We just going to, put a little salve on it. How in the world he going to come and ask her about Mac's papers, and Mac's been dead since season 2, end of season 1? When did Grace do the figure 4 on Max and bust his head open on the living room table? Was that the end of season 1, beginning of season 2? Was it season 2? Well, anyway, she had been left. She had been gone. She'd been to a whole nother church, serving on a whole nother leader. This the person you think of to ask? Well, he couldn't help but notice that her little baby was a little mixed baby, you know. She had parts in her hair and hair bows in her hair and everything, but it was clear that she wasn't all Caucasian, right? And he wanted to know about them papers, but he kept looking at that little baby because he know what he had been doing and how he had been doing it, you know, raw dogging and whatnot. And he just kept looking and kept looking till she finally, she was like, "What? What could it be?" He was like, "Is this my child?" She was like, no. If I did get pregnant by you, I wouldn't have had it." I was like, "Ooh, ooh, girl, you learned old school how to take a dagger, honey, a dagger, straight to the testicles, baby, straight to the testicles." Ooh, 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 ooh. I said, "Jacob, you know you love some mean women. Your wife mean, your lovers mean." Anyway, she tells him about a storage. Mac had a storage. I said, "Ooh, child. Don't you have an ironclad memory, Alexa?" You know, and Jacob apologized and, you know, sorry for everything she went through, even though he was a big part of her demise and not having a church and all this, that, and the third. So, but Jacob go over there and look in that storage, and it is packed to the brim. It's been closed down, or no payments have been made on it for 2 years. Now you know they put your stuff in auction. I don't know how I made it 2 years, but evidently these are the things that happen. Anyway, Jacob got to pay it up, and Jacob said close it back up and put 6 more months on it. See, he got to have time to go through all these papers and things. Okay, so he is fighting back against this Carissa situation. He's just doing it in his own little magical Jacob way. Okay. Grace go back home after she see Darius, and she go to talk to AJ. And he just sitting in there taking a tennis ball, and throwing it on the floor and bouncing it against the wall and catching it and throwing it on the floor. Stuff like that. It made me look at you sideways. Oh, you're pretty good at that. Well, I had a lot of practice. Now, scabs. But when she sit down and they sit on the bed, they filming from just behind them, and they sitting in front of, you know, a wardrobe mirror. I said, "Well, what was he bouncing the ball off of?" Scabs. Anyway, so she want him and her and Sophia to go out to dinner to celebrate his freedom. He not going to jail. She want to celebrate his freedom. He free now. And she want to go out to dinner and celebrate. He don't want to go. He don't want to celebrate. This man was found guilty. He was charged. Case is closed. But AJ want to internalize all this because now the man dead. And I guess some type of way he feel like maybe the man's death is on his hands. I don't know. Honestly, I find AJ's character so unlikable. I really do. I just find him so unlikable. I mean, he's 7 different kinds of miserable. Okay? He can't find joy in nothing. All right? How many chances? Do you want any chances? Do you want to be free? I mean, not just free from the bars and the cell. Do you want to be free? Huh? You just gonna continue on in this place of misery, this miserable trajectory? I mean, he tells her, "Okay, fine, sounds good. We go out to dinner." Now, I feel a type of way about this, but we gonna talk about it. And she's happy. She wants him to be happy, or at least look like he's happy, and he realizes it, tells her what she wants to hear, and she goes on off, and he gets this look of gloom and doom and despair on his face. Like I said, he's 7 different kinds of miserable. Okay? If happiness walked up, he'd strangle it to death. Okay? He'd take it out back and set it on fire. All right? He don't want no parts of joy. He can't find it in him. And I just find him to be an unlikable character because he comes into this thing disgruntled. He wallows in misery and pain, and it's just never a moment when it seems like he's good. Even with Sophia, like they had moments where they seemed like they were laughing and getting along, and just like that, he would just change on her. And I don't know. It's frightening. It's sad. It's confusing, these behaviors, right? But let's move forward. We're going to get back to him. So then we see where Clara and the crew come over and talk to Bishop. They want to know why Grace talked Clara in the voting. Why is all this happening? I had no idea we was going to be in a gymnasium. None of us want to be in a gymnasium. We're not doing that, Bishop. Bishop want to pray first, which is the right thing to do. Well, after he talked with Claire and them and come and have a moment of prayer, he walk up on Lady May, and she is in there looking dejected, homely, like all of us do right now during quarantine. No makeup, just dry face, au natural. And she's sipping on tea. Y'all know she trying to move the heart of God by fasting. Or not eating. So he decided he got an idea. We're going to start our own church. This will give the people a place to go. This will give people a place to worship. And we'll be able to lead the sheep. We can't have all these sheep just out here walking around in and out of people's yards and crossing the highways and stuff like stray chickens. We've got to rally everybody together and lead the people like God wants us to lead. But first, we're going down to the Justice of Peace and get married so we can do this thing right. Now, he tells her speech, her sermon during Lady May Day moved his heart. First, he was jealous, but now he realized she's the one to really preach and lead the congregation. And Lady May is happy to hear this. This is recognition. This is recognition. It's recognition she's been asking for like 2 or 3 seasons. Although she threw temper tantrum through most of that. Of course, a lot of people don't listen when you throw temper tantrums. But I digress. Well, Sophie, a.k.a. Apollonia, is still messing around with that Usher reject. A knockoff Usher, not reject. A knockoff Usher. That's who he kind of remind me of. This the basketball player that Jacob was supposed to be mentoring. She done gave him her flower, her honey pot, her virginity. Gone to this sucker duck. Okay? So her and Charity in the same boat. They being double crossed and abused and mistreated 7 ways to Sunday. I mean... So they agree to have dinner at 6. She go over there, and he got Kiki in there. Now he come to the door, and looking at Sophia like he don't know why she there, like it's a problem. Of course, she dressed in her finest Apollonia 6 outfit. She been kind of hoish for a while now, or at least dressing kind of hoish, And she see Kiki in there. She want to know what she doing there. He said they trying to figure it out. He don't know for sure if him and Kiki gonna get back together or not, but he need to try to figure it out. He'll call her later. And she was like, don't even bother calling me. Don't even bother calling me. I said, Sophia, girl. I was proud the way she left. I really was, because when you realize that you been had, when you realize you been got, sometimes, especially if it's these disappointments have happened for you over and over again, You ain't had no fight left in you. She was like, that's fine, whatever. Girl, I want my coochie points back. I would want my coochie points back. I probably would have keyed his car or tried to drive through the front door. I mean, that was my younger years. MizHoney don't do that no more. Uh, oh, Lord. Okay, so everybody is supposed to be gathering, but first, Charity done went round there to see Phil Dumas at his house. Now, let me just say this. Phil Dumas is fine. Okay, he is fine. And he's supposed to be pining away looking at Charity pictures on the refrigerator when she knock on the door. Now, he taking all these pictures out the refrigerator. I don't know if they was all Charity, but if y'all remember them as a couple from last season, it was not even all that. It was a couple of dinners and him and wine and dining and convincing her to betray her family. Okay, and so this is what I don't understand, Charity. How you gonna talk to Phil Dumas about betraying you and you betrayed your family? How you gonna ask him how he could double cross you and you double cross your own family? Hmm? Huh? What? I hope you'll be happy with Judy. And her mayonnaise and white rice. Some old comment about exactly how white Judy is, which she is absolutely positively the whitest. But Charity just being mean, and just trying to be spiteful, trying to find a way to hurt him. I'm giving your ring back. Girl, you could have put that thing down on the table. Just take it. Just take it. Just put that down on the table and walk on out, ma'am. He don't take all these theatrics. And he tell her he love her, he want to be with her, but he got to do this. He don't know how he can let the church go. He done fought for this for the last 20 years. And she say, but you can let me go where you let your family go. You let your family go. You better be glad the boomerang came around as quick as it did. You best be glad, okay? And where is your baby, Charity? Where is your little boy? Where is losing Isaiah? Huh? Where is that little baby? I don't get it. I don't understand. And you ain't even mention your baby. Have you mentioned him at all to Phil Dumas? Like, are we just gonna forget about the baby? I know we don't forgot about Kevin, but we forgetting about the baby too, little Nathan. Anyway, that's another scab. I'm not gonna pick at it, okay? Not gonna pick at it. So, everybody flooding to the house. Lady May want to just go down to the justice of the peace, but Bishop want everybody to be all together. So Jacob is upstairs. He getting ready. Him and Carissa wearing matching colors. Now, why he would take that skank scallywag anywhere, I don't know. But they gonna go down and watch Lady May and Bishop get married at Justice of the Peace. Grace is coming. Of course, Sophia and what's their little daughter name? It'll come to me. She there. And they all gathered on the front lawn. Up pulls Grace, and then up pulls Charity. And Charity can't believe they want her there. I can't believe they want you there either, Charity. I'm confused. I'm confused because you got to be dejected a little bit, in my opinion, in order for you to learn. We just let you back in the family all willy nilly, like we don't know who purse you going in. We don't know who you recording, who you videoing. Like this a big thing. This type of betrayal is a big thing, and them glossing over it. Maybe they have to do it because it's the last season. I'm just saying I'm not enjoying the fact that Charity is not being punished a little bit more for the way she acted last season. And Carissa, we gonna get you. We gonna get you. Well, her and Jacob getting ready. And he just is steadfast ignoring her, and she feeling a little guilt and a little shame about the way she done acted, and she don't understand why he not raging against her a little bit more. So she want to try to see what she can get out of him, not to say if he feels love for her or if he feels forgiveness for her, but she want to know where his head at, what he working on, and how he could possibly undercut her. Okay. So she's trying to figure out what it is going on, how it's going on in his head. And she trying to talk to him about, I got a lawyer. Unless you want to get your own lawyer. One lawyer's fine. One lawyer's fine. It'll be cheap. And she was like, well, I just, I think it's smart. He walked right on out of it like she wasn't even talking. Yeah, you feel dumb, don't you? You feel dumb, don't you? But you're going to feel dumber before this season is over. I promise you that. I promise you that. Huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. So Sophia done ran inside. She got to put a little house coat or something on because she got on this Apollonia 6 outfit and it is just not suitable. Is that your bra strap, girl? Weren't you teaching the little lambs? You ain't gonna lie to the other girl, her cousin, talking about she was at Roberto. So you lying now too, huh? Okay. All right, Sophia. Okay. Well, Sophia said she looked for AJ in the house. She didn't see him. So Grace was like, hold on, let me run in here and see if I can find him. She run in the house, see if she can find him. Go to the bathroom door. All they rooms got a living room, a bedroom, and bathroom. So each one of them got their own suite. So she go through the bathroom and knock, and it's locked. And she knock again and check the handle, it's locked. She knock again, check the handle, it's locked. Now, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on with AJ. AJ came into the picture in a cloud of smoke and mirrors, and he's leaving seemingly in the same manner. We have not had a good grip on who AJ is at all, except that he is immensely sad, immensely angry. Now, Grace had gone over to see Darius a second time because Darius had called her and told her that he had an interview with Bob Whitmore. He did some digging and found out that Bob Whitmore bought a house in Tennessee not too far from there, and he realizes why he's there. He's been giving it to charities. He's running for Senate. And having a huge racially diverse congregation, he would be a shoo-in for the Senate. Now fast forward, she knocking at the door, shaking the handle, knocking at the door, shaking the handle. Everything's going great, right? Everything's going good. AJ's going to dinner. I found out a little bit more about Bob Whitmore. My mama and dad are getting back together. This thing could possibly work. We could possibly figure this thing out and find a way to stop Bob Whitmore and all be a happy family. Even though my sister is a betrayer, my sister-in-law is a betrayer. My daughter's in the wind. My son is profoundly depressed. We can gloss over all this and we can just get this church back, right? So finally she gets kind of terrified, kind of scared after knocking 3 or 4 times, and she puts her shoulder into it and hits that door, boom. Hits that door, boom. Hits the door again, boom. Flies in. What does she see? AJ laying there like Scarlett O'Hara, child, covered in blood. He done cut his wrist. AJ, you fool. Why would you do such a horrible thing? Why? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know I am familiar with suicide. I've had encounters with that in my own family. Okay, and I feel a type of way about this thing, but I don't understand this character. I don't understand this character. He comes in this, like I said, cloud of confusion. He keeps up confusion. Like I said, we didn't find out to this season that he really did do all the robbing. Okay, all the pharmaceutical robbing. He gets exonerated. Set free, he's still not happy. It's like his sadness is determined to punish Grace. It's almost like all of this is his punishment for Grace. And now here in her home, you slit your wrists and bleed out on the floor. And I'm assuming he passes away because I saw in the preview for next week, Charity trying to get her some information about losing a child and all of this, that, and the third. And and Grace ain't ready to hear it. So I'm assuming AJ dies. We're gonna see a little bit more about that next week, of course. You guys put it down below. What did y'all think of this episode, of this opening episode of season 5? Y'all don't forget to rate and comment on the channel. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not already been subscribed to my channel. I'd love to have you. I really would. And of course, we'll see you the same time next week for part 2 of the final season, season 5 of Greenleaf. Please, y'all, what do y'all think about the softball that they throwing Charity? Why they trying to spoon feed us Charity again? Why? Why? I can't wait. I can't wait for them to run Carissa straight out of town. Now that's one heifer I don't like. But y'all tell me what you think. Put it down below. And until next time, honeybees. I holla. Oh, Lord. I got gloves on.